first of all, congratulations. How does it feel to have this announced?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and in the last 12 months has been a long time coming. Kind of been doing 2 weekly Zoom calls with all the other match officials, kind of going over old games and that sort of thing, and everyone working towards getting selected for the World Cup. To finally receive the email saying I've been selected was absolutely fantastic. But like I say, the hard work's going to start now, getting ready for November. Season's just started. So yeah, we're going to hit the ground running. Really, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm kind of delighted.
And the first Scottish Rugby League official at a World Cup as well. What does it mean for Scottish Rugby League as a whole?
Oh, it's great. I didn't actually realise that until a couple of weeks back when I was chatting to some people, and they mentioned that as far as they're aware, there's not been a Scotland match official at a World Cup at any level. So yeah, to be able to say that is amazing, and kind of it shows that there is a possibility to get to a world stage without being a player. Kind of yeah, it's not just that you need an official for a match to happen. So kind of yeah, if this means that more people start officiating in Scotland, great. But yeah, no, it's really exciting to be able to say that I'm the first official from Scotland to head to a World Cup.
I want to take you back right to the start of your officiating journey, as we'll call it. Where did that start for you?
It kind of started strangely, really. Kind of, I've been involved for rugby league for a long time, and kind of more on the management side of things, and kind of I just wanted to do something different. So I kind of went along and kind of was watching games like, oh, you know what, I'll pick up a whistle and see what happens. So yes, I did my qualifications, did a little bit here and there, nothing really. And then about a year and a half, 2 years later, we were hosting the Celtic Cup in Stirling, wheelchair competition, and I got a call the day before the event from Steve Abel from the RFL, basically saying the match officials have dropped out. Can you bring your kit? You're officiating. So yeah, kind of that was a baptism of fire, really. Kind of I'd done the odd game in Scotland, but nothing major. And then suddenly you're in the deep end at an international event doing 3 games in a day. So yeah, kind of it was a bit out of the blue, and I absolutely loved it. And it's kind of gone from there, really.
Do you have much memory of those 3 games? Was it a bit of a whirlwind?
It definitely was. Because my wife was also pregnant, due to give birth at any moment, so she was there just in case she went into labour. So kind of Steve's wife was sat with her, just making sure she was okay. So yeah, kind of it was kind of one eye on her, one eye on the game, just what's happening everywhere. But no, it was like Steve's a great mentor, and kind of I couldn't have asked for a better official to be working alongside. So kind of yeah, no, it was a bit of a blur, but I loved it and kind of carried on. And yeah, that's where I am now, which is kind of great to see. Kind of.
What is the journey like then, from those first 3 games in a day to this point now?
Long. So yeah, no, it's been good. So kind of the domestic season, kind of normally it's, well, in Scotland we play in the English leagues. So kind of Dundee Dragons are our representatives at the minute, kind of playing the championship. So it's kind of every other week they head down to England, or English teams head up to Dundee. So kind of my closest game to officiate is Dundee. So kind of I'm traveling away every match, either up to Dundee or down to England. But yeah, no, it's been really, really good. There's been some rewarding games. I think it's 2018. Got to do the Glasgow v Dundee Challenge Cup match. That was a fiery affair, as you can imagine. 2 Scottish teams going at it. And yeah, kind of I think it was a semi-final, if I remember rightly. So kind of you couldn't have asked for a bigger game, a semi-final all Scotland affair, with that chance to go into a final. Kind of that was probably a game that stands out the most for me. Kind of both teams wanted it so much. But yeah, no, it's been really exciting. Kind of no game's the same, and kind of it's yeah, kind of traveling away has been fun as well. Kind of last weekend I was down in Sheffield for the season launch. So that was 4-a-side rather than the traditional 5-a-side, and shorter games, so it was a lot quicker. But yeah, no, there's lots to learn, and keep your eye in, and kind of just the players are getting faster, so you've got to be thinking quicker and stuff. So it's been really exciting, and there's just so much to think about at the minute, which is really good.
So I'm guessing this feels like a pretty exciting culmination of that sort of hard work and the long journey that you spoke about.
Oh, definitely, especially the fact that my last game on a court was March 2020. So it was kind of well over a year of not being able to officiate properly, kind of watching games and reviewing it with other officials, and kind of what would you have done in this point, and kind of do you agree with this call and that sort of thing. So it's kind of the last 12 months have dragged, or it feels like they've dragged. So yes, it's really exciting to get onto the court, and kind of the next 4-6 weeks are going to be absolutely massive for all of us as officials, kind of for the season starting. The Celtic Cup is coming up in 3 weeks' time. Then there's England play Wales 2 weeks later after that. And then obviously all the way through to the World Cup in November. So yeah, kind of it's been a long off season, but it's going to be a long and hopefully a very successful season for myself and the other officials. Kind of I've got one box ticked at the minute with the World Cup announcements. So yeah, now just hanging in. Hopefully I'll get to go to the England Wales game at the end of June. That'll be really good to officiate in that. So kind of I'm off to the World Cup, so I know that berth's there. Now I just need to earn my spot in the other international matches before that.
It must be a massive box tick that the World Cup, especially like you've sort of hinted at there. That's quite a lot of sacrifice for yourself. Like the distance you've had to go every weekend to keep this alive, especially like again as you hinted at, you've got quite a young family. A lot of sacrifice to get to this point.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially at the minute, because indoor sport isn't allowed in Scotland at the minute. So the only way I can get experience at the minute and get back on the pitch is by travelling to England. So yeah, so it's Sheffield last weekend. I'm off to Hull this weekend, and then it's Sheffield again the following weekend for the Challenge Cup first rounds. I get a nice trip to Edinburgh the week after that, which is good. And then I think my first weekend is off is 4 or 5 weeks time. So yeah, kind of it's a lot of traveling. There won't be as much once we can get Dundee back on the court up in Scotland. But yeah, till then it's the closest matches are 250 odd miles away. But it's worth it if it means I can be officiating at the top end of the competitions and give me that experience. Then it's only going to benefit me towards the tail end of the season. So it's worth it.
So what are you expecting then from the World Cup in terms of just the atmosphere of it and being in the centre of the court for that atmosphere as well?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be strange. It's not the first World Cup I'll have been to. I've been to the 2013 World Cup with the Scotland men's team, but to go as an official, and that's going to be a completely different atmosphere, and kind of you'll experience the games from a different perspective as well. And there's 2 amazing venues. So I'll either be based at the Copper Box down in London, which obviously is an amazing facility, or the English Institute of Sport in Sheffield is going to be the other base. So yeah, we'll just be wait and see. We're going to camp at the beginning of November. We'll find out there whether we're going to be Sheffield or London based, and you're there until the knockouts. So it's kind of there's no mixing between venues. You get a venue and that's it. So yeah, that's really exciting. And the matches are going to be live on the BBC as well, which is going to add a little bit more excitement. So it's not just the crowds in the stadiums. It's going to be live on telly as well, which is going to be amazing for the sport. And it's just going to help raise the profile. So yeah, no, that's exciting as well, because it brings a different element to everything as well.
And obviously, you'll still have a role within SRL at the same time as that. Is that going to be a bit of a juggling act?
Timing wise, towards the start of the wheelchair, it will. So during the World Cup, I won't be involved with the Scotland wheelchair team at all. So other people will be taking that off my hands. But prior to the wheelchair World Cup, I'll be away with the Scotland men. So I'm their team manager. So yeah, so kind of there'll be a clash. So kind of the quarterfinals of the men's World Cup clashes with the start of the wheelchair. So kind of we've got in place cover for me for when I have to step away from the men's squad to go into the wheelchair camp. So yeah, no, we've got all that planned. So it should be a smooth transition from the two. But yeah, no, October and November is going to be really exciting. Not just for me, but for Scotland Rugby League to have that much activity going on is going to be good. But yeah, no, it's a lot of early planning helps. It'll relieve the pressure, so to speak.
I guess your story sort of highlights it very well, that there's not just one way into refereeing, and it's quite easy to sort of just fall into it, I guess, as well. But if there is someone watching who would quite like to get involved in officiating, how do they go about getting involved?
Basic easiest things just to get in touch with us. If you go onto our website, then click on the Get Involved tab. There's a link there for match officials. So you kind of, there's a bit of online work to do. A couple of modules there, laws of the games module, kind of exam test type thing, and then we move into the practical sessions. So either the running game or the wheelchair. Kind of, we run two separate courses. So kind of, if anyone wants to get involved, highly recommend it. It's really rewarding, and there are opportunities to go and referee on the international stage. So kind of get in touch is the first thing, and then we can talk people through it. I also do the tutoring for the match officials for both the running and the wheelchair. So no, I could definitely recommend it. And there's so many opportunities to do things, and the game's just growing. So there's the European Championships in 2023, and then see the next World Cups in 2025. So kind of anyone that wants to, just give it a go. Kind of, you won't know if you like it until you've tried it. But I absolutely love it and would recommend it to anybody.
And like you said, and like you've shown yourself, the playing experience isn't necessarily important, and you can get yourself to the international stage without it.
Oh yeah, totally. Kind of, sometimes it helps if you have played it, but it's not a barrier and shouldn't be a barrier. So kind of, I've never sat in a rugby league wheelchair before. I probably will do before the World Cup just to experience what it's like. But you don't need to have played the game to pick up the whistle, and as long as you back yourself and you're willing to put a bit of effort in, you can do it. But you definitely don't need to have played it before.
Well, congratulations to you, Ollie, again, and I'm sure you've got an exciting couple of months coming up. As do SRL on the whole. Just wanted to, before I let you go, to just get you to give us a quick run through of what's coming up for Scottish Rugby League.
Yeah. So kind of this weekend we've got our first ever physical disability rugby league day at Peffermill, which is really exciting. Kind of, we launched the program probably nearly a year ago now, and it's just been waiting for that day to come. So it's really exciting. We've got a good team of staff involved with that. Kind of, it's from a Scotland Rugby League staffing perspective. James Sloggy, our national development manager, has been kind of working on this behind the scenes, along with our head coach Scott Burns. So kind of, they're going to be heading to Peffermill, and I think we've got players from all across Scotland coming along. Those that obviously are allowed to travel at the minute. So that'd be really exciting. There's a few players I think coming up from south of the border as well. That's amazing to see that finally get off the ground, which is good. 12th of June we've got the Celtic Cup, which is being hosted in Edinburgh. Sadly, as things stand, spectators won't be allowed to watch the game in person, but plans are in place for the matches to be live streamed. So that'll be going through our YouTube channel and that sort of thing. Kind of that's the start for the wheelchair team of their preparations up to the World Cup. So that's really exciting. Then the week after that, the 19th of June, is the launch of the running game up here. So it's the Strathmore Nines. So that's really exciting. All our clubs will be heading up to Strathmore. We've got a couple of rugby union clubs that have got in touch, and that they're entering teams as well, which is good to see the other code coming to give it a go, which I'm excited to see that. Then the week after that, the National League kicks off. So it's a condensed season due to having to start late. So, but that'll run until mid-August, I think it is, as well as the Scottish Cup. And my understanding is that the Scottish Cup draw is going to be made during the Celtic Cup. So we'll be doing that live at some point over that weekend. And then on top of that, as the season progresses, the under-19s are going to have a couple of international matches come September, which will be good to see the international program back. The Scotland women's team will be back into training soon. We're just finalising dates to get their sessions back up and running. So no, it's all starting to ramp up now, which is really exciting. There's been a lot of work going on in the last 2-3 months with all the different teams and programs to be in a place where we can launch a season again and be up and running. Kind of there's not much going on, but it's that there is. That makes sense. And then 2022, we're looking ahead to that, to having a full on, everything's going to be going as normal. Kind of the next 6, 8, 12 weeks are going to be pretty good to see rugby league back up and running fully. Really excited to see what happens, and the clubs are just really excited to get back out as well. Kind of they've been back to training now a couple of weeks. So they're kind of they can't wait for the 19th to come. They've been talking about it this morning, kind of just what's happening, and just can't wait to crack on really. So it's an exciting time really.
Yeah, loads to look forward to. Ollie, thanks. It was good to chat to you, and I'll let you get away now to celebrate it in however you see fit.
Perfect. No, thank you very much. It's good to chat.